Hey Gemini, welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. So it's going to serve for the Sun, Moon, and Rising sign of Gemini from the 8th through the 14th. And as I did in October, I'm currently shuffling for the placements. We're going to do Gemini Sun, Rising, and Moon, and I will read those specific cards at the end, and I will talk about the astrology this week while I do so, okay? So this is going to be kind of a harsh week for a lot of people. Up until the weekend, Gemini, okay? We have a lot of stuff that's going on. So, Monday and Tuesday belong to Capricorn. And what's going on is that we have a lot of conjunctions that are going on with Capricorn and Venus, specifically on Monday, which spills into Tuesday, and it's not necessarily comfortable information, okay? It is... they're opposite signs in a sense. And so it's like mom and dad are having a little bit of an argument. Who's going to win the argument is the issue. And we also have the square that is showing up with the moon in Capricorn with the whole Chiron and Aries that we've been talking about for a bit. That opportunity for you to heal. Sorry, I was having a snack. The opportunity for you to heal items that you maybe had some responsibility for that you are... kind of owning in this particular moment is really going to pop up. We have a lot of energy with the Sun in Scorpio. Mars comes in and pushes against Scorpio. That's a lot of aggressive energy. We also have Mercury that's coming in to push against Scorpio. That also is a lot of big energy, a lot of conversating going on about how to make those things happen. Especially when we have Pluto in Capricorn, in the Capricorn moon. It's really going to highlight what it is that needs to really honestly take place. And if you took place in Scorpio's new moon, you did any manifesting, thank you, then you are owning and would have asked the universe to bring up all the things that maybe were hidden so that you could transmute it, you could change it, you could move through it, you could release some old pains, hurts, and things of that particular nature. So that's a lot of the energy that's going on, especially the first few days in the week. We move also into the sign of Aquarius when we get to like Wednesday and, excuse me, Thursday's energy, and before it changes into the sign of Pisces. And so Wednesday is just, like I said, it's got a lot of those same energies that we were talking about. And the challenge with that is because we still have this Neptune in Pisces energy that kind of pops through as well. That big airy-fairy energy that kind of comes through with this expansion. Also, a big square with Saturn in Aquarius about how do we move forward with these new innovative things and when is the time to bring those new innovative things forward. So there could be a lot of contention. There could be a lot of different arguments with people. And then of course we still have another big square that happens with Taurus in Uranus. So how do we allow the Fool to step forward into his place in a practical way while all these things are shifting and changing for us, right? So that could create, like I said, a lot of contention for people. And then, the big thing that we have coming up on Thursday, of course, is the 1111 Gateway. This is a huge portal, and this is an opportunity for you to really get connected in with your pantheon of people. And a lot of what's going to happen for people is going to be connecting in such a way or receiving information in such a way it's unmistakable. And it's also going to have a lot to do with you taking responsibility for some of those different changes and things that are getting ready to come up for you, right? So that's what is really going to happen on this particular portal. And it's actually really good if you sit down and you give yourself the opportunity to think about how that could work for you and with you. It's just feeling confident and calm in those particular situations to allow it to occur. That's the key word, allow those transformations and transitions to occur for you. But we also have a couple of things that are showing up in, regular world, Muggle world. We've got Veterans Day, we've got Remembrance Day, we've got kids that are out of school early due to maybe quarter ends or things of that nature. And so the reason I bring that up is because You know, it could be a little bit of a challenge for people if you or your student are taking or have the observance of any of those days off, and it could be a little extra people-y. So even if you're not feeling the energies yourself, be aware that other people could be. And so, you know, this is the reason why I like doing this, to give you kind of the heads up about how to best navigate and manage those different energies that happen, right? So we move into the energy of Friday. Friday really starts to make this turn after the 11:11 gateway. We have a couple of beautiful trines that take place. Of course, we will have moved into the moon sign of Pisces late Thursday. So we have Piscean energy with us on Friday, which is one of the reasons why the energy calms down, because we have Scorpio as a water sign. We have Pisces as a water sign, which is kind of flushing and calming some of those different energies down a little bit. So we've got this gorgeous trine that happens with Neptune in Pisces. We also have this gorgeous trine that happens with Mars actually working with Scorpio, and this Piscean moon will work. And then we also have Mercury switching around, which is calming down the conversations that started earlier in the week. So that's really, really good. Saturday, we continue on with the whole energetics of, we continue on with the whole energetics of the Neptune in Pisces and the energy of Taurus and Uranus kind of showing up, but it calms itself down. The better energies of the day happen to be when we have this trine that happens with Scorpio at that particular moment, in specifically on Saturday, with that moon in Pisces. All of the water elements are really being highlit and calming some things down, if you will. And then Sunday we have more of that before we go into more earthen energy when the moon moves into Aries. So I say calm down even though it's a fire sign, because it's going to feel like it's a little bit more calm after all of the other contentious energy that would have shown up a little bit with the ground energy, the grounded energy of Capricorn, and then you have all that water energy, so it creates a little bit of mud. And now we have the fire that's showing up to try to bake it up a little bit, right? And trying to dry out a little of those things. So it will be a little bit more calm. I feel it will calm the earthen energy down. So those are the big energies that are showing up for this particular week, just so that you know. All right, Gemini, let's move forward into your specific details here. I've already laid out the placements, and so let's see what the sacred geometry has to offer for our Gemini. And then, of course, we're going to pull a card from the Whispers of Ganesha here, who wants to talk to you about and how this master wants to work with you on this energy. Okay, so what we have here is the energy of surrender, releasing control, and resistance. Release resistance and control this particular week. All right, that is going to be a supportive element for you. Let's see what Ganesha has to say. I will pull some cards from the Dragon Tarot deck to kind of get caught up with energetics from last week up until this week, just so that I can get everyone square with what has been going on. Thank you. Achievement. Interesting. So we have the energy of achievement that shows back up here. I like that. Okay. 6 energy. 42, 46, 10. There's definitely a changeover that's getting ready to happen for you. Okay, let me go ahead and pull the cards down for the week. This is for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising from the 8th through the 14th. Here we go. All right. So yeah, I will use the Dragon Oracle for the details from last week. I'm using the Thoth Tarot deck for your main spread. And of course, we'll use the energy of the Oracle of the Radiant Sun, or most likely the White Sage Tarot, however it is that they need for me to talk about those details. And I will have 2 different angel oracles that will come out as well. We will use the angel prayers, and we will also use the angel guide before we get into the additional details here. All right. Really? Okay, well, they're going fast for me today. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I just need the card for Sunday. Interesting. You have two major arcana that are sitting here. Sunday. Thank you. You want this one too? Okay, got it. All right, my friends. This is about swift changes that are on their way. Give me just a second because it looks like I moved something. Sorry. Swift changes that are on their way for you. Let me get some information here. Yep. Okay. You guys might be one of the signs that are feeling some of the different details about the harshness of what's been going on this past week. Yep. Queen of Coins in the reverse position, not feeling solid. Then we have the Ten of Swords energy. Ooh, something very, very painful. Yeah, you guys are going through a major tower moment. Is what... Ooh, okay, let's see what we've got here. The Nine of Coins, and then we have the Two of Swords in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse. That Ace of Swords showed back up, so that's kind of what's leading up to this, is having to have made a harsh decision based upon something that was going on in the past. So we have the Queen of Coins in reverse, the Ten of Swords, and the Nine of Coins upright. You guys, this is heavy energy because this is talking about the fact that you were not feeling solid in a particular situation. It could have been a relationship, could have been a business, a job with the Queen of, let me just make sure. Yeah, Queen of Coins in the reverse position. Not feeling solid. That Ten of Swords coming down, you know, like really like at the end of a particular situation. But that situation here leaves you in the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. And so that is talking about you being autonomous. That is talking about you having enough within you and being grounded enough to be able to handle the decision. Even though it might have been a tough one for you, you had to drop a major decision that was going on. And what I feel is going on here is you questioning with this Ace of Swords in the background. Part of it I also feel has a lot to do with timing, but it's like you're waiting for someone to communicate with you. We have the, you've got a lot of challenges that were going on in your recent past here. It could have had something to do, like I said, with someone that you were very, very tight with. It doesn't necessarily have to be the energy of like a lover or a boyfriend, girlfriend, or, you know, anyone that you're connected to that way. But it does feel as though there was a separation of some sort with you and somebody that was very important to you in your world. And so, you know, that Ten of Swords says it's very, very painful. So that would have been a shakeup for you. That would have been something that was very painful and jarring in your world. Tower moment. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the reading here. We got the Ten of Cups then in the reverse position on Monday. So the Ten of Cups definitely talks about, you know, feeling all of the feels. But with the 10 in reverse, it has a lot to do with communication being maybe a little bit off, a little bit awry. Not feeling complete in a particular situation, especially in a situation where it could have been a romantic situation, even if it was a really tight situation with work. On Tuesday, you're left in the energy of being in the Five of Swords energy. Now, it's called defeat on this particular card, but the Five of Swords energy can be defeat. It can be you thinking that you lost out on a particular situation, but what I try to tell people always is when you get the Five of Swords, it's not how you will win the argument or the fight. It is the energy that you're putting out that will create the defeated, you know, kind of thought process. Because you can win the war, but at what cost at the battle, right? So it is arguments. It is not being very comfortable. It is just like really tough negotiations as well. It's not very comfortable energy to live in, especially sitting next to this Ten of Cups energy. So I feel for you on that one. When we have the energy of the Hangman, your first major arcana card that comes out, this is Neptune's energy that's here, okay? And, you know, the energy for Neptune, it wants, all right, it wants to help you expand into the next thing. But with the Hangman being in the reverse position, there's only two ways to read it. A, you are you were fed up enough with all of the old stuff that you kind of came out of the woodwork going, I understand kind of what's going on now here, and I learned all the things that I needed to learn. I've learned the lesson. And depending upon the other clarifiers that we put out here, it's going to tell me that you know, some of you might be resisting this particular change that had to happen. But let's move forward. When we get to the energy of Thursday, we have the Seven of Swords that's in the reverse position, which is actually a really, really good placement to be, because you're realizing the release of something. There's no hidden agenda. There's no additional extra information that's being hidden from you. You're not hiding anything. You're not holding anything. You're not protecting anything. It's like everything's out on the table at this particular moment. And so there's a little bit of a relief that comes from that Seven of Swords being in the reverse position. When we get to the energy of Friday, we have the Art card. Now in this deck, the Art card is Temperance, okay? This is the Temperance card. And the Temperance card is trying to create the circumstance in the background for you, the alchemy between fire and water, creating the steam that we need. But somebody is pushing very, very quickly, and there's a resistance, and that's where I'm going with the resistance of this, because there's no patience. Because Temperance is also talking to you about being extremely patient, moderating different things that are going on, right? Too much of this is not good. Too little of that is not good. It is balance, but it's because we're balancing, because we have to get to this point where we're raising our vibration and creating something new. Got to create the space for it. It looks like there's a little bit of resistance. When we get to Friday, though, or excuse me, Saturday, we have the Ace of Swords. Now, this is the energy that was in the reverse position from last week that's chasing you. So if you didn't get the clarity or the conversation that you needed last week, it does look to me as though you are going to at least have the energy to receive the clarity and the information that you need by the end of this week. Remember, I told you that the weekend was going to be the better energetics. When we get to Sunday, you have two cards that came through. We have the Queen of Swords in the reverse position. So that's air energy, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, but it's also sitting with the Eight of Pentacles that is in the reverse position. So it's possible that you could be dealing with an air sign, and what we're talking about here with it being clarified is that there could be this challenge of this work or something working out. It's almost like we're making a decision to no longer continue to work on this information and if or project or relationship. Queen of Swords in the reverse position usually is, I'd call it a Libra card, but if she's in the upright, she's very clear about what needs to get done, and she is ready to just like, she's cutting the BS out right away. When she shows up in the reverse position, it's a little bit more heartfelt. She's more in her heart, which is not her natural state. That's the King of Swords responsibility, to be a little bit more heartfelt, very, very clear for him, but for her, it's not her natural state. So there's definitely something that is going on wherein there's a major, major, major shift. I do feel that, again, it has a lot to do with a relationship or a situation where a work situation is just no longer viable. There's information that's popping through or that you were made aware of, that it just, you know, whoever this person was, like it was an important relationship to you. So we're going to go ahead and just go right into the clarifiers, because this one is hurting me. Let's go ahead and figure out what we got going on here. Talk to me about this 10 of Cups for our Gemini here on Monday. 10 of Cups in the reverse position. Okay, first card, Page of Wands, Messenger, someone providing information, Lovers, there it is, I knew it was going to show up. The Lovers card, Gemini information, Gemini energy that's there. Two of Cups in the reverse position. So yeah, what I'm getting out of this is that there was communication or information that was shared that is creating a situation where Gemini needs to be able to have made a really strong and painful decision about a union. So the two, the two cards being together here like this is just indicating to me that whatever the decision was a very heartfelt, hard decision to make, very painful. but a decision was rendered. There was a decision that was made here. Let's move forward to the Tuesday's energy of the defeat. And let's see what we get here. Why is the Five of Swords here on Tuesday? Okay, we have 3 major arcana sitting here, my friends. So we're going to take this one a little bit more deep. We have the Strength card, we have the Hermit card, and we have the World card. Whatever this decision is for you that you had to make, Gemini, was a good decision. I have to say, I feel like you're going in the right direction with whatever this was. Now, all of these cards sitting in the upright, the Strength card, you know, trying to indicate the energetics of Leo energy here, but we're talking about expressing yourself in a very, very strong manner. You tried to do it, I feel like, in a very, as calm as you possibly could. We also have the major arcana of Virgo that's sitting here. So you definitely were speaking your piece. You were trying to do this in a way that was very calm. And the outcome of the situation was, you know, the world coming up and changing. So before I move forward, I'm just going to grab card here. Talk to me about this pairing, Strength, Hermit, and World for Gemini on this Five of Swords, please. Whoa! My goodness gracious. Wow. Well, alright, I'm going to read them all. Mars energy in Cancer, control, authority, loss of a situation, affecting concentration, trying to get to this fulfillment, trying to turn for achievement and control back within your own self. That's what we got. Thank you, universe, for clarifying. Very heavy. Give me the information for the Hangman in the reverse position, please. The Tower. Told you. Yeah. Tower. That happened already. The Fool, Uranus energy coming in here. How do we create from new? And the Sun card. You're in the active healing phase of this going forward right now. This is the right decision. Whatever the decision was for you was it was a lot, but you made the right decision moving forward. Okay, therefore no hidden secrets or no hidden agendas showing up here when we get to the energy of Thursday with the Seven of Swords, please. Okay. We have the Eight of Cups, walking away from a situation, circumstance, person. Knight of Pentacles in the upright. And the Devil in the reverse position, major arcana for Capricorn. So again, what I feel here is that you said everything you needed to say. You are ready to move forward with what it is that you need to be able to do in your new situation for life, and you're dropping this person, bad habit, idea, place of business. It doesn't really matter what it is. I mean, you have to apply it to your circumstance if it makes sense. Of course, if it doesn't resonate, don't try to like force it, but if it resonates, then you definitely are moving forward. So that would explain to me why we're a little bit impatient when we get to the energy of Friday. Had to double check that real quick because of the doubles that came up here. Show me why we have Art or Temperance in the reverse position for Gemini. I'm gonna, no, reshuffle that. Okay. Temperance on Temperance. I pretty much said what I said. You went through a lot and you're impatient to move forward. Okay. But there is clarity that is coming. Let's find out what we have here on Saturday. Ten of Wands. Dropping something that was a big burden for you. Accomplished what it is that you needed to do. You did it all the way through and through. Still having the spiritual strength to know that there's something else that you need to do at this particular moment. Nine of Wands, the universe is walking with you. And we have the High Priestess you learned everything that you needed to learn. So the High Priestess could be sharing the last bits of information with you. But what I do feel is that it has a lot to do with this opening up for you, because you were dropping something that was just extremely negative, painful, challenging. And the High Priestess came in. If you're not already extremely highly tuned in, tapped in, turned on, this whole situation, like, you know, the antennas are out there at this particular moment. Let's see what's going on with this Queen of Swords and this 8 of Pentacles in the reverse position, both on Sunday. Woo! Okay, it's definitely this one, 8 of Wands. Let me reshuffle. So the 8 of Wands energy does have a lot to do with communication. It also is the minor arcana version of the Chariot, which means moving forward swiftly. A lot of swift, fast-paced messages coming through. What else do we have with this pairing here? The Queen of Swords in reverse and the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Boop. 7 of Wands. I like that. So yeah, it's like you're moving forward. So you are on top of the situation here. You could be dealing with someone. And then we have the 6 of Wands. So that's very... Okay, so that doesn't go here. That goes here. Got it. Okay. Whoa. Thank you. Yep. 5 of Swords. So someone is challenging you. Whoever this person is, of course, you could swap the energies on this one as well. 6 of Wands, 3 of Swords in the reverse position. And the 4 of Swords. I'm really sorry about it. And you got the 10 of Swords at the bottom here. You have basically, you know, basically all the 10s that are out here. Like, this is definitely the end of this old situation here. But there's a lot of healing that's coming out of this particular situation. And in short order, there will be more healing. Can we make this work? No, we can't. I said everything that I needed to say. Is basically the energy of why we're not working. Are you, and this person is, I think you're making the wrong decision. This is really hurting me. This is really going to hurt the business, or it's really going to hurt the family. And you're like, I can't be here. Whatever the situation was, it was not a good mixture. Let's see if I can get anything else on this. Give me another card or two for Gemini on the Queen of Swords in reverse and the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, this one, a flirtation. So, yeah, somebody showed their true colors. I am going to say that I feel that this is a relationship where somebody found out some shenanigans from their partner, unfortunately, leaving you feeling a little bit, or they are feeling a little bit isolated in this particular situation, but they're the ones that, it could have been you too, were not devoted to this relationship and, you know, tried to manipulate the situation. This had a lot to do with a flirtation and trying to bluff their way out of it, and trying to bluff their way out of, yeah, they just tried to bluff their way out of it, and I'm very, very sorry that that happened. I'm really, really sorry that that happened, Gemini. That's a lot of, that is a CF of a situation if I ever heard one, but we've all, unfortunately, had our version of that. But here's what I want you to get out of this. You handled the business. You handled the damn thing. You said what you needed to say. You did it firmly. You did it powerfully. You are ready to move forward. There's nothing else that's going on. Even though this was a really wonky situation that happened, you got the sun on your side, because you are now moving forward. Like, it cleared like this fog from your eyes about whatever this particular situation was. And therefore, you are ultimately going to get to this achievement, because you are releasing that toxic person, situation, workplace, whatever it was. And now all you have to do to allow Temperance to come in, the way Temperance wants to come in, is be patient, and you have to surrender, release the resistance and the need to control the situation from this point, because the universe is carrying you. I'm going to move forward into a couple angel cards here. Oh, okay then. The first one, so they said keep this one. This is you. Live in your joy. Live in the joy of knowing that you're leaving the situation that was challenging for you. If you need some additional support to forgive yourself in the situation, then please call on Archangel Muriel. He will help you clear any stagnancy for you feeling like I should have known better, blah, blah, blah. Don't do that to yourself. But call on Archangel Muriel to help you with this, okay? Forgiving yourself for time and effort that was spent in it. It was a lesson, and you're moving forward very, very quickly. And then going forward, they're suggesting that you find other ways to express your creativity. In this expression, she happens to be singing, okay? But you have something else that needs to come out of you in order to get you past the situation. So honor that, whatever that happens to be for you. Singing, dancing, painting, whatever you do, like do that activity for a little bit. And usually what happens is you get to a point where it's so in your zone, meditative state, they can communicate with you, meaning your angels, your spirit guides, and other individuals can get to you very, very easily in communication when you are in a zone. So in order for you to get into the zone, you got to stop being angry, sorry, mad, all those other types of things. You got to move on and do something. And then when you are in that zone, you can like really dial in and understand the downloads and the conversations that are happening. Let's see what we have here from our angel guide. What do we need for Gemini to focus on here? Okay, get your composure. Get your composure. You're very upset. You have the right to be upset, but get your composure and let's figure out how we need to do this thing. This is the second time you've been told to surrender. Surrender the healing, surrender to the healing power of the universe, but surrender the anger, the guilt, the frustration. Surrender knowing the outcome of how you're going to end up being at the end of this trip that you're going on right now. Surrender that. They've got you. And then you actually have holy love. And holy love is saying, this is the energy of Divine Mother coming in and saying, we're going to handle this situation for you. Not only do you have love coming to you in spades from the universe, but you also need to love yourself in this particular moment, okay? Honor yourself and give yourself love in this situation. So I'm going to put these little guys right here. Okay, now I'm going to go into the placements, okay? So if you are a Gemini sun sign, then what we have here is the energy of the 9th house, which they're talking about faith. Faith in your ability and faith, and have faith that what it is that you need is going to be able to stop forward. Perhaps also pull the 9th house in your personal chart and see what other information and insights you could get. The biggest influence for you this particular week is the 2 of coins. It is balance, 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 okay? There is storm going on around you. Stay in your lane. Stay balanced as much as you can. You need to see yourself specifically with the eyes of love in this particular situation. See with eyes of love, okay? Now, this is interesting to me, but I'm going to read this one. You have Archangel Perpetual that stepped forward here, okay? Perpetual. And I'm going to read who she is and kind of the deals that go on here. She honors the energy of fire. So she works with Archangel Michael. Let's see what else we got going on here. What are you talking about, sis? Ultimate success. That's what she's talking about. Ultimate success. It's on its way. Perpetual is one of the angels that was promoted to Archangel, specifically. You have the potential to now achieve enormous success. The success is not necessarily measured in monetary terms, more so happiness and contentment in all areas of your life as indicated. This card should help to motivate you to continue striving to achieve your personal goals and be confident that success is here for you, okay? And then we have the from the Starseed Oracle, we have the 6th ray of devotion, and a lot of that has a lot, has a lot to do with faith as well, I believe. Let me go ahead and get into this one for you. And then I'm going to read, because I think I forgot to do, well, I guess I'll read that at the end. That's no problem. The 6th ray of devotion, okay? We are talking about this energy bestowing the qualities of persistence, unwavering focus, and intensity of feeling. It is a gift of strength to move mountains with your will for what you love. When the 6th ray of devotion appears, you are being given guidance that even if you do not seem to have much worldly power right now, the power of your beliefs will conquer any obstacle. Archangel Muriel helps you to receive the blessing of the 6th ray. Okay, so you have two. You have Archangel Perpetual and you have Archangel Muriel that is here that you can call on to support you this particular week. Archangel Muriel is the Archangel of the North. He is responsible for physical, tangible, touchable things. He is also responsible for our awakenings at certain levels. He's the one that helps to connect us to Gaia, the planet. So, you know, there's that for you. Okay. So hopefully that was supportive and it gave you a little bit more clarity on this particular situation. Now, if you are a rising sign, yeah, then these are your additional messages as well. Okay. Firstly, you have Saturn coming in with the truth. So that's the world. It's responsibilities, boundaries, and structure as well. So I would go into your chart and I would try to pull up what you could get from the perspective of where Saturn is. Obviously, that has a lot to do with what is going on, but truth being bestowed. The energy of Saturn and truth is the Judgment card. All right, so you need to be able to understand what that is. The biggest factor that is still energetically in your system this week is this 10 of Cups energy, and of course it presented in the reverse position on Monday. That is what's still affecting you most at this particular moment, okay? The universe is saying to you, little by little, things are going to increase and get better little by little. It's the little things. And take appreciation and honor the little steps in faith that you can get to this particular week. Now, the Archangel that stepped forward for you is Archangel Muriel, which is the energy of Cancer. This is the Archangel that steps in for our Cancer signs. Okay, so let me just pull in Muriel just to see if there's anything else specific that we want to talk about. So Muriel water. Oh, wrong book. My bad. Sorry. Muriel water. Here we go. Emotional energy. That's what's going on. Managing your water. Emotional energy from Muriel. Okay. He looks after the interest of people that were born in the zodiac sign of Cancer specifically, and he is one of the 4 rulers of the dominions. You are going to be called upon to use your emotional energy, okay, in a positive way. You may feel tired and lacking in energy, but the need to make your views known is extremely strong. And as long as you remain constructive, positive, nurturing, and considerate, your point of view will prevail. So this is about you managing your water, your emotions this week. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. And then from the Lightworker Oracle deck, what we have going on is going through the dark night of the soul. And I can tell you that going through the dark night of the soul has a lot to do with a big change that's happening and allowing yourself to feel the feels. You are going through a shift. Whatever the situation was a huge catalyst as far as part of your awakening. There's going to be parts of you that wants to feel like you just want to bury your head in the sand and not deal with it. But the universe is like, you have to honor those emotions, because that is the way that you heal. You bring stuff up to the surface. You let it pop out. You manage it. You deal with it. You move on. Okay, so it's okay to feel as though you're going through a specific situation. And then you will also probably need to spend some quality time by yourself in order to help make sure that you can get through those particular feels. Okay, so that is what that is about. Nothing negative. There is no shame in crying it out, screaming it out, doing those different types of things on your own when you need to do that. Now, if you are a Gemini moon sign, these are your additional details, okay? Firstly, you have the energy of the solar eclipse. And the solar eclipse in this one is talking about revolution. This is about those choices that needed to be made, that Two of Wands energy. Maybe this started during last June when we had the other solar eclipse, but we are going to have another solar eclipse that shows up in December. So it's revolution, okay? The wheels turning, things shifting, okay? So that is kind of what's going on. I would pull up the timeline in your chart with regards to both of those eclipses, okay? But when we go through eclipses, we're talking about eclipsing things out of our life. So if you started this process in, like I said, during summer, or even if this was something brand new, maybe what this is telling you is that, again, clarify this with your chart, but maybe this is telling you that by the time you get to December, it ain't gonna be a thing. Do you know what I mean? Because you are ready at that point to accept that this had to change in order for you to move forward. The biggest influence for you this particular week is also the Five of Cups. 3 of those cups in front are spilt. They carried rancid wine or whatever the case may be. They were no longer good for you. They had to go. Your focus is honoring the 2 full cups that are still here, gratitude and blessings for the things that you do have. So, and honoring your feelings, you will get to a point where you pick both of those cups up and you are just ready to rock and roll. When the universe tries to speak to you this week, because they are, make sure that you listen quietly. Okay, listen to the messages that are coming in. I am very not surprised about this one. We have Archangel Jophiel that has stepped forward. Archangel Jophiel is an earth angel. He is responsible for helping people get through hurt and pain and challenges, especially if you keep going, I shoulda, woulda, nulda, I should have known better, da, 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 da. Nope, he takes all of that negative energy out of your particular body and he replaces it with love and light. So that is Jophiel, all right? And then the energy from the light workers is talking about master healing going on here for you this particular week. So I'm going to read quickly the passage out of this book for you, okay? Master healing. 33. Okay, here we go. Okay. As you meditate, remain true to what inspires your heart and commit to your spiritual path. You become an increasingly powerful healer yourself. You are here to live your own life, to be true to what genuinely moves you. And the unconditionally loving guide and ascended master Serapis Bey comes to you now with the blessing of master healing to further your success on your path. Wow. So you had Serapis Bey, Google him. And you also have Jophiel to help you with this big healing for yourself this particular week. All right. Now, I'm going to go back here and I'm going to read the details here quickly out of these 2 to tie everything together for you if I can find. What did I do? Woman? Oh, here it is. All right. Ganesha, we are talking about achievement. We're talking about achievement. As more people discover the rewards of a more dynamic and fulfilling spiritual life, the success of receiving luxury, prestige, sophistication, value, and elegance will become the norm. Yep. Okay, yep. So we're talking about making sure that material resources and material measures are one version of achievement, but coming more into your spiritual self and experiencing positive flows in your world also creates. So we're talking about that power of manifestation and continuing to raise the vibration, and what it is that you think about comes into your awareness and your environment. So always be positive as much as you possibly can. Of course, Not a lot of people can do it for 24 hours a day, but it only takes a certain amount of time in a day to continue. If you do it on an everyday basis, then you're continually building, building, and building, and building. So achievement is more than just financial success. Achievement is many other different things as well. Okay, so let's go finally into the surrender card that we have here and get into your crystal suggestions if you guys want to take advantage. The mantra is I surrender and trust. I surrender and trust. I surrender and trust. Okay. Call upon your angels and guides for help and guidance, and reflect on the situation to see what it is that's causing the block or the stagnation. Change your focus and your thoughts. Your thoughts are powerful. What we perceive, we create. I literally just said that. It's important to trust and put out lovingly what it is that needs to change to shift the circumstances at hand. And if you need crystal support in order to help you with that, I strongly applaud the Mangano calcite. Oh, it is much stronger to me than rose quartz. It is a powerful stone, a beautiful Mangano calcite. Any calcite is a healer, but Mangano calcite specifically, when you've been going through some shenanigans, really does help you. Okay, the other suggestions are tiger's eye and selenite if you happen to have that, and boji stones if you happen to have those as well. Working your water, okay, managing and honoring your water. Okay, Gemini, whether you are sun, moon, or rising, I hope that you were able to receive a little bit more information and clarity on the particular situation that is presenting itself to you this upcoming week. I would say, of course, make sure that you look at your sun, moon, rising, and your north node. And of course, you were given very specific suggestions to take a look at within your own personal chart to ensure that you're getting the full picture of everything that's available towards you. If you are looking for a personal one-to-one session to help you get even more clarity, direct one-on-one with your angels, guides, and everyone else that's involved with you in the situation, then make sure that you take a look at the description box below and you can find the link to book in with me. My calendar would be available, so pick a time and a date that would work for you. Also, in the description box, I have my Facebook page link. I am doing some additional manifestation, high vibe type stuff this upcoming week, and so, you know, I welcome you to come in and grab a piece of that if you think that will help you as well. But one more time, thank you so much for joining. Hopefully you're gonna get through this, because the universe is already telling you that they're here with you in strong force to go through this major situation, and this too is going to pass. So many blessings, and we will talk to you next week. Bye for now.